Right guys, so the second video in the Be Prepared series, fitness guys, how basically you do not want to be lacking fitness when you may need it. Now, yeah, you may think, oh Ben, give it a break. I've got other things going on in my life. I don't care. I really don't. You'll see the video that I've shared, and like I said guys, these aren't Monday rants, these are genuinely to help you. This video's been going around the internet for ages, and it popped back up again, but I find it really disturbing, to be honest guys. There's a mindset of people that don't, the dad bod, the simple fact that that's a thing. Like I say all the time guys, yeah, it's mentality, but I've always been into fitness, but more so since having my little daughter do I think fitness is even more important. In what mindset would you think to have a kid and then become a big fat yogurt body is beyond me. Kids are hard work. I'll happily admit that. I've got, you never get to sit down. They constantly want to play with you. You're up, down, you're moving around. You need to be fit for that. Otherwise, you're not giving the kid the best lifestyle that they can have. They don't need things and toys. They need you to spend time with them. If I ever ask my daughter, what do you want to do? 9 times out of 10, she says, go to the park. Climbing. Or imagine if I was out of breath trying to climb up a little slide with her. But then this video, guys, this is when, it's not just me just being, a fitness wanker. Imagine something like this happened and you didn't have the basic fitness. When people say, oh, I'd die for my kids. Yeah, okay, well that's easy. I'd step in front of a bullet for my kid. Yeah, it's not really brave, it's what's expected. But okay, a bullet, you'd be dead in a second. You've not actually had to do anything hard. Whereas looking after your diet, getting yourself in good shape, getting your cardiovascular fitness up, getting your strength up, that takes months and months. So instead of, the old cliche, I'd die for my kids, how about you live for them? How about you turn yourself into the fittest, strongest version of yourself? Just in case something like this happens. Yeah, something like this may never happen, and I hope to God it never happens to any of you. But imagine something like this happened, caught on video, and you were that much of a fat mess. You couldn't save your child. Thank God someone stepped in, because I wouldn't have even been able to watch that video if the worst situation had happened. So yeah guys, it's not, fitness is not just something to look good and aesthetics. Like I said, form follows function, in my opinion. I've never trained directly for aesthetics. I've trained either for strength, for functionality, to be able to do something like, oh, I want to deadlift X, I want to do a muscle up, and I've ended up getting in the shape I have through doing that kind of training. But I also never, I'm also hugely realistic. I'll never be the strongest powerlifter. I'll never be in any good shape compared to bodybuilders, because I believe in, functional. And I know that word's thrown around a lot, but I don't want to be the biggest guy in the room, but then can't run up a hill. I sort of pride myself on the fact that if any one of my friends into multiple different fitness disciplines say, Ben, do you want to come and swim the Mersey with me? Okay, might have to do a bit of panic training, but my general fitness will get me through it. I remember one of my mates a few years ago said, do you want to do a marathon with me? Not a real one. Me and him just ran 24 miles. Yeah, and I did it in about 4 hours 50. But hey, I ran a marathon. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that, guys. If anyone needs any help, yeah, despite all my, jokes and humour and giving people a bit of stick, calling people fat yoga bodies, that's only to try and give people a bit of a kick up the ass, bit of shaming. But if anyone seriously does want help, I will happily help anyone, be that with diet, be that with exercise. If you haven't got any kit, you know, I'll give you a few ideas on just some body weight exercises you can do at home. Yeah, and I've got a few kettlebells. Like I said, guys, if you can't afford the gym membership, then I'll happily see how I can help you do little workouts at home. And if I've got any kit that I can lend, then yeah, I'll lend it to you. Yeah, so just be prepared. You know, video 2, fitness, guys. It's not just about aesthetics and all this nonsense. It really does matter. Happy Monday.